Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Enioba Modamlola, your property consultant. This is day 3 of our question and answer series for first time home buyers. So what are you waiting for? Let's dive into today's question. Moving on to the fifth question. When it comes to receipts, or when it has to do with receipts, can I just trust just the receipts or WhatsApp chat? What if the seller gives me a receipt and we have WhatsApp proof of everything, of all the discussion and all of that? Would that be enough?
Yeah, that is very fantastic question. Very important.
Yes, because most times
Uh,
we see people to be like, oh, we have chat. We still spoke about it yesterday. This and this, and the person promised me, oh, today I would issue you a receipt and all of that, and then it becomes a story.
you know, I said it earlier. I said receipts is just a proof of payment and nothing more.
Mm.
It is a proof of payment. It does not show that the ownership or the interest in that property has transferred to you or to a new buyer. So it just shows that I paid a particular sum of money. It might even show that you have not even finished paying up for the land,
Mm.
just partial payment.
Mm.
So it really doesn't show that there has been a transfer of ownership or interest on that property to another person. So if you tender your receipt
Okay.
as a proof of ownership, then I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to tell you, it is a no-no. It is a no-no. The
Mm.
law doesn't recognize that. You cannot present that in court and tell the court that you own this property with a
With the
mere receipt.
receipts.
So that's why you need a sales agreement, you need your deed of assignment. Your sales agreement is when you have some obligation to, as a seller, to fulfill
Mm.
before the actual transfer of interest. And most importantly, you need your deed of assignment. It is that deed that shows that the interest has already passed from the previous owner to the new person. That's the buyer. You understand now? So receipt is just by the way.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so just to add this, if you
Okay.
are relying on WhatsApp and receipts, you're setting yourself up.
For
And if you
future litigation.
exactly just take it from us like that. So thank you very much.
You're
Moving
welcome.
on to the next question. When it has to do with lands that are under government acquisition, how
Hmm.
do I know if the land is free or if the government might take it back later?
Hmm. That's a very good question. Very, very, and in fact, one of the most important questions you've asked. Because there are a lot of people now, they are crying.
Very
They
true.
are looking at their hard-earned investments going to waste because they did not do what they were supposed to do at the initial time.
Very
That's
true.
why I will keep saying it. Always engage the service of a lawyer before you proceed to do anything.
You can't go wrong with that.
Because just for you to save yourself this heartache. So, most importantly, there are some things you need to do. You need to do a search at the land registry. Conduct your search at the land registry to know whether the land is committed, is under government acquisition, to know the status of your property. You need to know it. You
Mm.
need to verify the land registry. And also charting reports. You need to chart your land. You know, a lot of people still make mistakes, which I have actually seen one before. Or okay, during my course of doing my due diligence, I encountered something strange.
Okay.
So this seller acquired, or the buyer came to me and said, please, help me do my due diligence. So I want to purchase a property. Okay, fine. He said, these are the documents that was given to me. I checked the documents. Okay, I saw the survey.
Okay.
Okay. Usually, I chart the land.
Oh.
The land itself, we go to the land, we pick coordinates, and we chart it. So I
Mm.
just say, okay, for the time being, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow. Let me just send this to my contact person at the Surveyor General's office.
Okay.
So when the person charted the survey, the person said it is fine.
Oh.
The land is good. Meanwhile, while our team of surveyors went to the land, to the actual land to pick coordinates, and when they picked the coordinates, they sent it to the Surveyor General's office.
Okay.
When the result came out, it came out bad.
Wow.
So what these people did was that they used another person's land to prepare the survey. So they now change the address, change
All the
all the
information that
information,
on
changed it.
it.
So it's now as if it's the information on that property, meanwhile it's
Wow.
on another property. So you as someone that wants to buy, you will now take the survey, you send it to your surveyor to chat, and the surveyor will now be chatting a wrong information, a wrong survey,
Hmm.
and it's going to definitely give you a wrong answer, a wrong
Answer.
report.
Yes.
So you need to chat the property itself, the physical property. You need to visit the property physically and chat the land so you can know the details.
So many dramas in the
Hmm.
industry.
Hmm.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. As I said, the result comes in diverse form.
Okay.
There are some that comes in as free. When it
Okay.
comes in as free, you are free to buy it.
Oh, okay.
There are some that comes in and state that they are under acquisition. It is
The
risky.
government.
It is risky, but there are times when you buy such property and they later convert that property. You regularize,
Okay.
and there are times when the land is committed. When it is committed, you know what?
Leave it.
Run.
Let your leg. Let it be at the back of your head
You
while running.
run. Then there are times when the land is excised.
Mm.
So, but I tell people that when you see a land that is excised, ensure that it's also gazetted. So, get the record of the gazette so that you can also conduct the search on the land. So, let me explain. The excision is just a way of saying, a way of the government saying we no longer need this land again. So, we return it back to the community. So,
Mm. Thank you very much.
all right. You're
And
welcome.
so we have another question, or I have another question that I would like to ask.
All
And
right.
the next question is, when it comes to governor's consents,
Mm.
why is it important? Because people keep mentioning governor's consents, and I would like to know and let the people know what it is and if we must get it.
All right. So let me start by saying consent is abstract. You cannot say consent now.
So,
It's abstract. So let me just correct that notion. When you say governor's consent, most especially I regard it as a registered deed, either your registered deed of assignment,
okay.
your registered deed of lease, registered deed of sublease, and the likes.
Wow.
So for governor's consent, let me just call it that way. So for governor's consent, in Nigeria, all land belongs to the government,
Government. Very
belongs to
true.
that state government. So there are times when in a state, a particular portion of a property may belong to the federal government, but most parts belongs to the
The
state
state
government.
government.
Yes. So they are holding it in trust for the citizen. You understand? So now the Land Use Act of 1979 already states that before there's a transfer of interest from one person to another, the governor must consent to it. You understand? But
Okay.
in reality, the bureaucracy of our government now, before you could obtain governor's consent before you buy a property,
Mm.
you must have lost interest, or probably you must have used the money for another thing or sold it to
Yes.
another person.
The
So
procedure is
because it
always
is
long.
not possible to get the governor's consent before buying property, so you can do it retrospectively. You do it after you've already purchased the property. So you bought a property now, the governor has not given his consent.
Consent.
So you need to get that consent
Consent.
later. You understand? So the thing is, as it is now, I am the owner of the property. I have registered my interest, for instance,
Okay.
already, and I want to resell to another person. As it is now, the government only recognize me as the
As
owner
the third
and not the third
party.
party. They don't know you yet. Not until you now register that, okay, the interest has been passed. That is when they will now register that you are the new owner. You
Of the
understand? So
property.
it is a very, very important thing to do. Even though it takes time, it takes money. but it protects your investments legally.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you all in my next video. Do well to subscribe, click on the notification bell to get notified, like, comment, and share. That's it, guys. See you all in my next video.